All right, good evening. This is Luke Thomas Holmquist here at the Earthquake Forecast Center. It is 8:52 in the evening on Thursday, August 12th. Thursday, August 12th, 8:52 in the evening, 8:52 on August 12th. All right, let's take a look at the significant quakes that have happened in the last 24 hours. And first of all, we'll look at this quake here southeast of Tokyo, that 4.5 earthquake right there. And that quake happened, you can see right about in this area right here. And that was in the 90% risk area. We were forecasting a significant quake to happen in that area southeast of Tokyo, and it hit exactly where we said it would hit, right there southeast of Tokyo. However, we thought it would be a much stronger earthquake, and we will get to the forecast in just a little bit. There it is, 4.5, August 12th. And we have a much stronger peak coming up late on the 13th into the 14th in Tokyo. So if you live in Tokyo, be on alert for a possible 7.0 earthquake in northern Japan. We'll get to that in a second. 7.5 earthquake hit southeast of Argentina, down here near the South Sandwich Islands from United Kingdom, southeast of South Georgia, right out there near the South Sandwich Islands. 7.5, very strong earthquake. And around California, we just had this 3.3 earthquake that hit up in East Central California. And let's take a look at the forecast map. We expected if you look at this forecast down here, we expected a 3.2 in that area on August 12th, and we got a 3.3. 3.3 earthquake, almost exactly at the top, and the peak, this peak in risk here on August 12th. We got this quake right here, 3.3. Also a 2.5 hit about the same time and closer to Bakersfield in that one. And you can see that peak is also in Bakersfield as well. All right, let's go to the forecast around the world. Oh, before we go to that, I want to show you one more thing here. And that is in Alaska. There was a 4.3 earthquake right there, just northwest of Anchorage. And that is a foreshock to the upcoming earthquake later tonight into early tomorrow morning. So during the next about 12 hours in Alaska, we should get about a 6.0 earthquake is likely during the next 24 hours. So let's start the forecast with that. Looking for a 6.0 earthquake is likely in Anchorage during the next 12 hours or so, right on this peak right here. And then a stronger earthquake on the morning of the 14th, about a 6.5 is possible in the morning of the 14th. And like I said earlier, we're still calibrating these different forecasts, so we'll get better on the magnitude. The location and the timing is getting very accurate. So, excuse me. All right, so let's go to some of the other forecasts. Bakersfield, we saw that 3.3 hit up in East Central California on this peak, also 2.5 southeast of Bakersfield. In Coalinga, we had this peak as well in the end of the 12th, and that isn't corresponding to that risk out in East Central California. And then on the 14th in the morning, we have a 62% risk there, and then it rises on the 18th as well. El Centro, California, a 4.0 earthquake is possible in the Salton Sea area on August 16th, which is coming up in about 4 days from now. August 16th, about a 4.0. In Eureka, we could get a 3.5 earthquake tomorrow evening, the 13th into the 14th. There's a peak there, about a 3.5 is possible on that peak, and then it gets high risk on the 18th as well. Over in Hilo, Hawaii, the risk is pretty quiet over there. Los Angeles is a different story. Looking for a strong earthquake on August 18th. We'll know about this more as this progresses, but it looks like about about the 17th or 18th, we're going to get a strong earthquake, about a 5.4 in the Los Angeles area on the 17th or 18th, and we'll have more information on that tomorrow or the next day. All right, significant quake coming up in Los Angeles, and then Reno. This peak produced a 3.3 on the end of the 12th there. And again, the Ridgecrest, I showed you this earlier. This peak produced a 3.3 quake, almost exactly at that peak in Ridgecrest area. Salt Lake City, high risk in the morning of the 13th there. And San Diego, very high risk on the 18th as well. 5.4 earthquake is possible in Southern California on August 18th. We'll get to more details on that coming up on tomorrow and the next day. San Francisco. And this is that spike in risk that we're seeing right now in California. This actually it says 3.3 is possible on the 11th or 12th. Well, there's a 3.3 east of there. And you can see that. Let's see if we can zoom into California. Right there, 3.3 east of San Francisco on this spike in risk here. We were calling for 3.3 hit east of San Francisco. Risk is quiet after that, and the risk begins to rise on the 17th. Santa Maria, pretty quiet across Santa Maria. Seattle, Washington, we have a spike in risk on the 16th coming up. About a 3.5 is possible on the 16th. Athens, Greece, we had a 4.4, I believe it was, on this spike in risk on the 11th in the morning, exactly on that peak. And as we look over into Greece right now, nothing really going on there right now. We do have a spike in risk on the 13th in the morning, and on the 14th, that could produce a 4.0. And Indonesia, this spike produced a 7.1 out in northeast of Indonesia, and northeastern part of Indonesia and southern Philippines. On that 7.1 is on that peak. We were expecting about a 6.0. But it was a long ways away from Jakarta. This is the Jakarta, Indonesia forecast. All right, Lima, Peru. The risk is pretty quiet now in Lima. And Taiwan. The risk is quiet right now in Taiwan. And here's the story of the day right now. Here in Anchorage, Alaska, both of those areas, Tokyo or Japan and Alaska, are expecting strong earthquakes during the next 24 hours. This quake in Tokyo, 7.0 earthquake is possible in northern Japan. Most likely, here's the Sendai Miyagi forecast right here. It looks like it's going to happen sometime in the morning of August 14th. Right now, it's in the afternoon of the 13th. So within the next 24 to 36 hours, strong earthquake in northern Japan. Here's a forecast map. It looks like it's going to be centered right around Sendai, or northern Japan, right around Sendai and Miyagi area. And tomorrow, we should probably have that information for you in tomorrow night's forecast. Once again, look for Tokyo and northern Japan, strong earthquake during the next 36 hours. Also Anchorage, about a 6.0 earthquake is possible during the next 24 hours there. And then again on the 14th in Anchorage. And also coming up around the 17th, 18th, strong earthquake in Southern California. We will keep you updated. here at the Earthquake Forecast Center, quakeprediction.com. Our accuracy is very good, extremely good on the location and the timing of the quake. Magnitude is something we're still working on, and we'll get better on that. And the more we do this, so each quake that hits, we'll be able to calibrate it and get an idea of how much variance equals what magnitude. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.